What's up guys? Today we're talking about monitors. At least what do you use? Here's what I'm using, and I used to use... well, that stuff over there. We're probably not going to show that, but it doesn't really matter. I picked up a 43-inch Sony Bravia OLED A9 chip 2020 model. I could go into the spec sheet. I won't do that. I'm not really that guy. What I will say is that straight out of the box, color calibration under the gaming profile is very true to form against something like an iPhone. When you look at your printing scale versus the colors that are coming out of the monitor, yes, they are going to be slightly skewed just a little bit. Luckily, I have a great lab that I do most of my print work through, and so everything I'm seeing on screen, they're pretty much producing in their print lab. I will say that I'm still trying to figure out the divide and if I need to buy a color monkey or not, because I need to be able to see everything is best in color ratio, contrast, brightness, performance, anything of your exposure triangle that I possibly can. However, like I said, out of the box with a gaming profile here, it looks really good. Really good. I've been happy with the performance so far. The idle TV system shutdown mode I haven't had an issue with. The sound is like pretty great out of it if you just want to go with some lower end speakers. I do have a studio monitor setup with mine. However, it's been great for editing. I will say that a little bit based on my desk height and where I'm at, my chin is constantly pointed up, so it's causing maybe a little bit of neck strain. Maybe I'm leaning too far into the TV at times, but overall it's been great. Now, I used to have 3 monitors. The monitors started to lose color. I had the Dell Ultra 24U15, U2415, something like that. They were great. They were my monitors of choice for probably the past 4 years, and it's awesome to have 60 inches of screen across your desk, especially when you can take each one of those windows and divvy them up into a different workspace. What I was finding, I think more than anything, was that I was easily distracted too, with having mail and text messages, things of that nature in one window, and then, you know, having maybe your timeline and your editor in another, and Photoshop in this one, whatever it may be, whatever your workflow looks like spread across 3 monitors. It definitely was a lot of like doing this and bouncing back and forth, and I'm easily distracted. Squirrel! Needless to say, I thought going down to 1 monitor would probably solve a lot of that, and it has. In fact, I found that I'm probably a lot more productive this way. I don't have a percentage scale, a fancy one, to say that I'm this much more productive. Ultimately, I think that when I'm staring only at one thing, I'm a lot more focused on that one subject. So guys, if you want to see what I was editing on the monitor through some of the B-roll, stay tuned next week for that video to come out. I'm going to start linking some of these things together as I talk about what it is that I'm doing. Maybe to appeal to the editor side of the people that are paying attention to this, or maybe the shooter side of the people that are paying attention to this. I'm not necessarily a tech review guy. I do love tech, but I just want to talk about what I'm using in my arsenal. So what do you guys use? Leave some comments below and just tell me what kind of a setup you're on. Do you have an LG ultra wide that sits down below and a TV up high, maybe the reverse? What exactly is it that's going on? Do you prefer a curved monitor versus a straight monitor? Do you work on just an iMac? You know, what does your setup look like? I'm very interested to know. This is mine, and it's working very well for me. The light also changed as I'm in the middle of shooting this, and it was distracting. Yes, I do probably suffer some ridiculous amount of ADD. Well, that's all for me today, guys. Once again, I really appreciate you being here. Like this video if you found it helpful. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you. Thanks.